Hey guys, welcome to Common Fixes. We have this 2014 BMW in the shop, 35i. We're working on the engine oil pan replacement. So the gasket was leaking and we're replacing the engine oil pan. To do this job, I've already started it, but I'll give you the little briefs on it. To do it, there is a diff that's attached to the left side of the oil pan. And that's the more challenging part of it, I guess, to get that diff out. The easier way that I found is to get this engine mount out. The engine mount out from here. There's also a bracket attached to the engine mount that goes up and attaches to the engine. So take out that whole thing. There's 4 bolts up there and 2 bolts that's holding the engine mount, and just take it out completely. So the engine mount is here. So there's 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's just 2 bolts that's holding the mount in place. So take that out, and then this diff that's attached to the oil pan with 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, and 4, will basically what you need to do is lift, like take out move the diff from the oil pan, lift it up all the way up, and then come to the back and pull it out going towards the back of the car, and it will just come out from that side. That's the easiest way that I found how to do that. So basically we're changing the oil pan. There's a bunch of bolts around the oil pan that you need to remove all around, and then the oil pan should drop out. There's a seal also here that needs to be replaced, recommended to be replaced. For the axle shafts, one on this side. There's another seal here that's attached to the diff on this side for the axle seals, and then that seal is here on the diff, and on the other side the other seal is right here. So I'll get all the bolts out for the oil pan and then drop it out and change the gasket. We have the new gasket right here from BMW, and then also the bolts. These bolts are aluminum bolts, so they should be replaced along with the oil pan gasket replacement. So we did take the oil pan out. To take the oil pan out was a bit of a process. What you have to do is lower the subframe to get this out. Now what I did, I took out the 3 bolts for the subframe. So there's 1 back bolt over here. Then if you follow it, there's 1 bolt inside here, and then the other bolt would be right in there. So there's 3 on this side, and there's 3 on the passenger side, exact same locations. And basically I undid the mounts as I told you before, and then you had to lower the subframe. The rack and pinion I had to undo, and you have to mark the rack and pinion so you can put it in the same way back. And then also what I did was loosen. There's a cooler here. There's a tranny oil cooler. Sorry, let me get a better angle. So this is a tranny oil cooler. And also it cools, the coolant is running through it. So those 2 lines that you're seeing, these are the tranny cooler lines. That's the coolant line. Then it goes across. There's more coolant hoses attached to it. So there's 2 bolts, 1 on this side towards the back on the passenger side, and then on the driver's side there's another bolt here. Both are 10 millimeter. So you pop that out and just let it hover around. So that way you don't have to deal with coolant mess, and also you don't lose tranny oil. And then pretty much just lower it. Have the subframe. What I did, I supported the subframe with the tranny jack, the front of it. The back of it, I loosened the bolts maybe 70% of the way and just left it in that position. Lowered it as much as I could to wiggle the pan out. And here's the pan. Now this car came in for a belt broken on the car. So surprising thing that I found, once I took the pan out, for different reasons it was leaking. and we replaced the belt already because it was all shredded, it was broken. But when I took the pan out, look what I found inside. Sorry. Look what I found inside. There is a shredded belt inside the oil pan itself. There's a shredded belt. Now, let me just put a light there. Okay. So there's a shredded belt right here. It was inside the oil pan where the oil chain, the timing chain is. So it's all inside. I'll try to get out as much as I can and I'll show it to the customer. Because if there's more belt inside and that chain jumps, then he needs an engine. But basically here, let me zoom in. So there's more belts there in the chain. Like I said, I'll get most of it out. How did the shredded belt get in there? The only way I can see is that when it was chewing through the crank harmonic balancer, the crankshaft pulley, it went behind it and it kind of walked its way in through the seal with pressure and it went inside. That's the only logical way I could come up with. Other than that, this is a seal system. The belt should not be going inside, but that's the first for me. I found a surprise there. But yeah, so the gasket is up there. I'm going to be changing this gasket all along, a new one, and let's see where we go from there. Okay guys, so we took off the harmonic balancer pulley, which is right here, this harmonic balancer pulley. Do not remove the center bolt. Remove the bolts around it to get the harmonic balancer pulley out, because if you remove the center bolt, you might the timing will go off. So you might run into issues and then you'll need an engine. So don't remove the center bolt. Just take off the bolts around the harmonic balancer pulley to get it out. So we did get this one out, and look how much of the belt is behind there in the seal. It's a lot of belt material, shredded belt, and that's what walked in to the oil pan with pressure. So all this is what caused the belt to go inside, and this one is still stuck in there. It's still inside there. So I'm going to change the crank seal on this, and then get that belt out too and put a new crank seal in there, and then complete the rest of the oil pan. Okay guys, so the engine oil pan is put back together. The differential is put back together. The frame is bolted all up again. Now a couple of things. These bolts here, the smaller bolts, which is along the pan here, and then you have the bigger bolts, which are these three here, and then longer bolts, these three here, and then those four here, they're longer, and then these ones are the shorter bolts. So now the shorter bolts, you have to tighten it to 8 Newton meters, and then you have to turn them additional 90 degrees for the small ones. The bigger ones, you have to tighten them 8 Newton meters and then turn them 180 degrees for the longer bolts. So that's how you torque these. These are aluminum bolts. You can't over tighten it or else they'll snap. The best way to do it, like how I have done, is basically put a mark. See, there's a mark here, there's a mark here. So when you tighten it to 8 Newton meters, you mark the bolt and the engine oil pan in the same spot. And then when you turn it 90 degrees, you will know that you have done that. You got 90 degrees out of that bolt, and that way you will know that you have already tightened that bolt also, because it's already the mark has moved. So you'll know that you have tightened it, so you don't double tighten it and then break it. So I've done that with all of them. The longer ones also, see, I marked them there, but then when you turn it 180 degrees, it'll come to the opposite side, and that's how you know you've tightened it. So everything is done. The crank pulley is put back, the seal is replaced, new belt is put on, diff oil has been changed, engine oil has been changed, and it's ready to be started and given to the customer. So it's not a bad job, it's just a little tedious where you have to drop a couple of things just to get access to the oil pan, but it's basically straightforward. It's more scarier, it looks more scarier than it is. So everything is good with this vehicle. I'll be giving it back to the customer. Thank you guys, please like and subscribe.